If members of the Senate, members of the House would go out and talk to real people about real needs, they'd see how important Social Security is. That it's for half of people in my state, more than half, and for half of the people in most states in this country, Social Security is the great part of their retirement income. And to think of adjusting the cost of living downward, it makes absolutely no sense. We need to think in Social Security not in terms of balancing the budget, but think of it in terms of pension reform and, most importantly, retirement security, because it really is all about retirement security for tens of millions of Americans.
And we've seen that retirement security dissipated by the erosion of corporate pension funds, the loss of wealth, and the housing crisis, and so on. Now, I like the Pope Francis quote, and one of the other advantages of smelling like the flock is that you become invisible to predators, which leads me to my next topic, which is the election. The upcoming election. The Washington Post reported on this issue, Social Security, and you and the burgeoning group of Democrats who are pushing to expand Social Security. And the sense is that this is, I guess the point of my question is, isn't this good politics as well as good policy? Wouldn't it be smart for other Democrats to join you, the ones that haven't, and push this effort with a 2014 election coming up and an off-season, an off-year vote that is predominantly older and so on?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Populism is always, to me, it's the right policy. Minimum wage, extending unemployment, fairer tax system, working on a trade policy that works for workers, enhancing, strengthening Social Security. All those play very well with the public. They also happen to be the right policy. And I urge my colleagues every day to speak out on things like minimum wage and to speak out on making Social Security stronger and a bit more generous to seniors in this country. I mean, with what you said, corporate pensions have declined, people's savings have declined. When wages are stagnant for 60, 70, 80% of the public, that savings is so very, very difficult. Even if you have a 401k, the chances are your employer, even if your employer matches it, and that's not nearly always the case, you're not making enough money in so many cases to put aside the amount of money you need to a week or a month or a pay period in order to build any kind of a nest egg that can withstand the inflation and all the other things that can happen to older people after they retire. And that's why I want to make sure that Social Security is much closer to the replacement value of where you were working, and more giving seniors a bit more of a fighting chance if they don't have the kind of savings that pensions used to give people.